The Brandon Peters Show may contain explicit language and detailed plot points. For more information on the show, stay tuned to the end of the episode. Aki Brandon.
All right, it's time to close out the week with a song, and to do so, I'm pleased to welcome back Carl Doninger from PopCon.
Woo!
All right, today's music video is one that couldn't be avoided in 1995. Only Want to Be With You from Hootie and the Blowfish. It was the third single from their Grammy Award-winning mega debut, Cracked Review, the best-selling album of 1995, the number 6 best-selling album of the 90s, and the 19th best-selling album of all time in the U.S., amassing over 21 million copies sold as of 2018. It also featured the singles Hold My Hand, Let Her Cry, Time, and Drowning, and you probably know them all, but Only Want to Be With You was a number 1 Billboard mainstream top 40 chart topper, as well as hitting top 10 spots in several of the other charts, and is considered the band's signature song. So Carl, you've heard this one, right?
A trillion bazillion times.
A trillion,
yes.
Yeah. This
was one of the ones that whenever, no matter what station you switch your radio to, because this is back when people still listen to the radio,
right?
It didn't matter. It was on every other song.
It was
for like a decade.
Yeah, and music video wise, when this thing came out, whether you were on VH1 or MTV, it was either already playing or within the next 20 minutes you'd probably see it. Like You couldn't avoid good for them, and then them poor bastards too at the same, because I'm going to be honest, not a big Hootie and the Blowfish fan, right, but the song stands by its record. I mean, They did great. Yeah.
They made a lot of money on this song, but the music video, even for the time, is horrible. It's got a lot of cameos in it, no doubt.
That was it.
The quality of the video, even for its time, and I'm going to keep saying that, is just not good.
It's just people fucking around. That's it with celebrity things. So the video incorporated Sports Center, which in the 90s, that was a huge pop culture staple. It was ESPN was just launching off with these personalities. Like you watched it, you didn't even care. It was a form of comedy almost with Sports Center when you turned in. You get Keith Olbermann, Dan Patrick, Mike Tirico, Charlie Steiner, and Chris Berman on here, and they open up with some self-deprecating humor of Hootie and the Blowfish. So it's like, oh, these guys don't take themselves seriously, which their first two singles probably would have had you thinking that way. So it kind of loosened up your opinion of the band, I guess was intention. But it also has just them playing sports with athletes that Dan Marino, Fred Couples, Greg McCord, Alonzo Mourning, Muggsy Bogues, Alex English, Walt Williams, and Charles Smith. And the Hootie and the Blowfish are bad at sports. That's the joke. And they also are playing live in what looks like a golf clubhouse bar. Something,
yeah.
This video was
bad camera work, bad lighting.
Right. This was everywhere. I mean, this was the first time I think a pop culture film, TV, or musical act said, hey, Sports Center's a real thing. Let's, this kind of took Sports Center another level of attention. And I think a lot of the bro culture probably latched onto this hardcore even more with it, because they were being like, oh, musicians like my stuff. I don't know. Hootie and the Blowfish was a very popular college band too, which I imagine Sports Center in the 90s was a big catch it in college thing. Yeah, I watched Sports Center all the time back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Everybody had the theme song. I remember I grew up a Cincinnati Reds fan. I remember for many years around the early 90s, the Reds catcher in the World Series coming over and just blowing over the Oakland A's catcher as one of their opening things to Baseball Tonight or Sports Center, one of the two. But this thing was like the either this or TLC's Waterfalls were the two probably most annoying music videos of the 90s. Like, if you wanted to watch music videos and wanted a variety, you weren't getting it because you were going to see these all the time. And the next 5 minutes of your life was like, end. Like, it was cute the first time, but geez.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah. It's one of these two, for sure. Like, Alanis, she had popular stuff. Like, she had one of the most popular albums, but she had at least like singles that they didn't play them like constantly this, and she had multiple ones. But the song actually has controversy to it, as borrowed some Bob Dylan lyrics. They ran it by the Bob Dylan camp before the album was produced. They said, yeah, it's fine. Then the song became a big hit, and then they're like, you know what, we kind of want to...
We want a piece of that now.
We want a piece of that, and Hootie and the Blowfish had to pay. There was no lawsuit. It was like an under-the-table, fine, shut up, leave us alone, let us play our song.
No kidding.
Yeah, so they messed with the Dylan. Don't mess with him or the Rolling Stones, I guess. But yeah, it's directed by Frank Sacramento. Don't know if he's from there, but he did the music video for Hootie's Time, so they liked working with him on this. And he did music videos for House of Pain, Tupac under the name Machiavelli, which means post-mortem video for Tupac, Drew Hill, Brian McKnight, and Everlast for the What It's Like song. So he must have liked him during the House of Pain video they shot. Rucker apparently came up with the idea for this video just to meet sports people he was a fan of. One thing, when I watched the video for this, one thing I reminded was like, yeah, I remember how huge Dan Marino was? Like,
technically still is.
Still is, but like films, TVs, billboards, magazine ads, he was the greatest quarterback of all time. And I feel like now that we've had so many of those great quarterbacks bust his records and then win Super Bowls too, like, do kids know who Dan Marino is nowadays? I mean, you could hate sports or not even pay attention to know who Dan Marino was back then.
Yeah.
So that was a huge get for this video. But that was one of the things that stuck out to me. Yeah, I think this is an apex and the end of Hootie and the Blowfish, this song. Because
that's a fair statement.
They made more albums.
I was just looking at, that's what I was looking at.
They released more songs. Nobody cared. They were done. You were done with them. TLC still had success after a while. I mean, they were there before Waterfalls, but this is a weird thing where it's like you release your debut album, goes over, you hit the most, you couldn't ask for better success with your first album. And just like Alanis and Jagged Little Pill, you come out, you have the highest selling albums, you come out with the second record and you're on the decline, like real fast decline.
Super fast. So from the chart that I'm looking at, their first three albums hit their peak in the US was first, and fourth.
Mm-hmm.
And then their next album, the next three albums went to 46th, 47th, and their most recent one is 26th. But that's nostalgia there.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with quality of anything. So yeah, they went diamond and platinum and gold and platinum and silver and platinum, and then nothing. Nobody cared anymore.
Nobody cared.
Quit listening to Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah. And Darius Rucker's now a country singer.
Well, I remember they were the butt of jokes.
Yeah. They did.
Yeah.
They became that, and just I've heard from people that have known band members that they were sick of themselves at the time of this too. Like, it was just too much. Like, you got everything, and yeah, it's a crazy story. One factor in their sales when I was doing my research that I have not talked about in this music video portion, I didn't even think of. 3 million copies of this record in 95 were sold via Columbia House. Do you remember Columbia House and BMG?
Oh, yeah.
That's a factor I don't think that's not around. You would sign up and they would screw you over. You get like 10 CDs for a penny a piece.
Well, $1, and then the others were a penny a piece.
Yes. And then you're sucked into like a contract where you got to buy stuff at their price. So you were paying, while everybody could go to Best Buy and get a CD for $12, you had to buy it from BMG for like $24 or Columbia House for like $24 to get out of their contract with them.
Yep.
And everybody would load up on these CDs. They'd have all the hits that you wanted, and you get 10 at a time. It was really cool. And then you got screwed. Sometimes they'd have deals, but I never thought of that as a factor in success back then, because that's not a thing now at all.
No, that is not.
People don't buy music anymore. They subscribe to service, and like those services don't even want to pay for music anymore, from what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, that's good for the consumer, but it's bad for the artist.
Yeah, really, like it's a really crazy thing. Like and
people don't buy albums anymore. They buy songs if they're going to buy them.
Yeah, like the concept of an album. So like I'm a old fashioned. I like the concept of an album, feeling it's a complete unit, telling a story, capturing a moment in time. But now it's all don't bore us, get to the chorus with everything. But yeah, I actually, embarrassing admission, in high school I made a parody video of this song. Yeah, doing stupid stuff. And I don't think we got finished because our humor was we were watching our playback and it just started getting weird, and we're like, we'll call it quits. I don't think we ever finished it. But yeah, that was something I shot. We were like, remember that? I think it was like a year or two after, and we're like, that video was really dumb. Let's make a thing on it. And I think we had a Muppet or a puppet in it.
Awesome.
It was really
awesome.
silly.
That's kind of what they were in real life. We're just
right. Oh, those Blowfish. Yeah, done. And my notes I was quote unquote fucking sick of this song and the video back in 1995, which I think everybody.
Yeah, when I clicked on the link, not knowing what I was clicking on, really, I was like, oh God, this song.
Yep. I won't dance. I won't sing. Yeah, that was. Oh gosh, yeah, this album. Yeah, I don't even think I didn't own this album. I didn't need to. It was on every time.
Yeah, I know I didn't.
I wasn't one of those millions of people owning Hootie and the Blowfish. Was like, I think I kind of liked the first couple songs. I think I was okay with this song the first time I heard it, but now like I don't even need to hear it today. Like it's too soon. It's that great. Even though I forced us to do it for the show, I was like, it's ingrained. The video, I watched it. I was like, I perfectly remember this. There's a couple basketball players I didn't remember in it. Like some of the caps like that Charlotte Hornets team of the 90s that never did anything but was all this like media hype of Mourning, Johnson, and Bogues. I remember they captured that moment of time here. And Alex English, a player that was great that I don't think many people remember today. But yes, so all right. Well, that'll wrap us up for this week. Carl, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully we'll have you again sometime. It's been wonderful, and I can't wait to see you at PopCon this summer.
Yeah, you'll see me. I'll have a mask on, but you'll see me.
Doing things. I can't hear the mask. All right, but before we go into the weekend, once again, let people know where they can keep up with all things PopCon.
PopCon is at Indie PopCon, INDYPOPCON on just about anything.
All right. And I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Brandon4KUHD, written work at whysobblue.com. The Brandon Peters Show returns all new next week. But until then, he could go all the way.
Thank you for listening. The Brandon Peters Show is a Creative Zombie Studios production. Produced by Brad Shoemaker and Brandon Peters. Written and edited by Brandon Peters. Announcer vocals by Jessica Alsman. Theme song by Metavari. Web design and show art by Brad Shoemaker with Brandon Peters. All music and clips featured in the episode are property of their respective studios, and no infringement is intended. Additional information on this and other episodes at BrandonPetersShow.com. For any inquiries, press opportunities, or sponsorship, contact mail at BrandonPetersShow.com. The show is available on Apple Music, Spotify, or anywhere podcasts are found.